Welcome back, friends. PGF fans, submission grappling fans, combat jiu-jitsu, combat sports fans. We are back. This is Egghead Scramble, giving you the latest and greatest, the PGF news that you need. So this last Saturday, we had the first official PGF franchise qualifier, the Alabama Twisters and Opelika, Alabama, Auburn, War Eagle, had a phenomenal show. I'm telling you right now, go to PGF World, YouTube, check it out. There was maybe I think there's one stalling call in all of the matches. And all of them, I'm telling you, all of them finished with submissions. Matt Elkins, the president of the Alabama Twisters, said, hey, I need that Twisters Up energy. And they answered the call. But the man who answered the call the most was winner TV dinner. Anthony Parker Salisbury, also known as TV Dinner, BJJ. He actually just changed his Instagram, which I love. It was so funny during the first match. Matt Elkins, the good old Southern sensei, a man replete with sayings and nicknames, etc., seized upon the Salisbury and said, TV dinner. I was thinking Salisbury Steak Day, but that's just because I'm old enough to have had South Park season 1 on repeat at my fraternity house my freshman year. Oh, I just dated myself. Oof. Don't look that up. All right, but here's the thing that's really cool is that Anthony Parker Salisbury, let's call him Parker, or TV Dinner, Parker, TV Dinner, your choice, is just one of those guys, one of those young guns that has come from, the tradition we now have in jiu-jitsu in America, where we're now seeing those kids that started when they were 5, 6, 7, 8, are now men, or almost men. Parker's still 17. He started 9 years ago, so that would have been, check the math, he was 8 when he started. I believe it was in Palm Springs, California. I've been to Palm Springs. It's a nice place. But then his family moved to Edmond, Oklahoma, and he kept training at the Forge BJJ and Killer Bees kickboxing. And there he happened to run into another young gun, one Jet Thompson. Oh, do we know Jet Thompson? We might know. Oh, that guy. That guy from PGF season 6 that came into the 17-year-old, smiling at people, smacking them in the face, and breaking high-level, world-class competitive BJJ black belts. I mean, not just breaking them as he getting a sub. He broke them off so they had to finish the season. Obviously Jet in PGF season 6 as a 17-year-old finished as the runner-up, seconds away from possibly stealing the title away from Andy Varela, the Ninja. But he came back last season, in PGF season 8. He said, no, I'm here for it. I'm winning this time. And when he did. But let's go back to Parker. So Parker and Jet have been training since, Parker was about 10. So 2 years into his journey, I guess, maybe him and his family moved to Edmond, Oklahoma, same as Jet, and training partners and just, game competitors ever since then. So Jet got an invite to PGF season 6. Matt Scaff, the original voice of the PGF, commentator, seasons 1 through 4. And the guy behind the Grappling Discourse podcast had told the commissioner, Brandon McCatherine, you need to look at this guy, Jet Thompson. And he was right. But when, the editorial board behind eggheadwarrior.com had to do a little bit of research on the guy, it's hard to find film on him back in that time. Now, films everywhere on Jet Thompson. But back then, there are only a few videos out there, and one of them was this amazing little documentary, by Matt Copland called Little Grapplers Number 4, Jet and Parker. So Jet's been in multiple seasons, and so we might have watched that video a few times, because it's really wholesome. Again, documentary style, seeing, Jet and his family. But there's this other kid, Parker, and he seemed pretty compelling as well. And as it turns out, he actually competed in PGF Season 6, the lone qualifier that year in Las Vegas. That was, again, the only qualifier, and Parker was 15. He was 1-5-15 when he did that. He won 1 out of 3 matches. Still dangerous every round. Really fun. Just show some potential. And then the crazy came back for PGF, Season 7, the 205. At that time, as a 16-year-old, I believe, and he was up against, like, pardon me, young man, but men, like big dudes, and still got 1 out of 3, finishes himself. It's, questionable choice in the blonde hair buddy, if anyone looks at that national qualifier. But, young guys, they make those choices. I might have had bleached blonde hair at one point in time. Luckily, digital photos weren't a thing back then, so I'm safe. All right, so regardless, here's the point. Parker, the little grappler, with his friend Jet, they are now both in the PGF, and it's exciting as can be. Parker went 5-0, 5 different breaks, 2 of them under a minute, getting that, Jonathan Roberts elbow genie bonus point if it had been for points. And it wasn't, but we keep track just for ELO and our scores and stuff like that. So again, he's doing amazing. So we have the first official PGF qualifier done. And we have a whole bunch more. We're going to have 3 in December. Thank you very much for putting that down there, gentlemen. I do have some folks help me. And actually, pardon me, since I've at least talked a little bit, and hopefully you're here, I will say that we are supported and sponsored by Broken Spokes Productions. So here I have you Hanging Creek Chronicles, Book 1 of Shadows of Martial Law by Russ Sawyer from Broken Spokes Productions. They almost have an Audible book. I freely admit I've been giving Russ some grief because I read most of my books by Audible. But get yourself the book, get yourself the Audible when it comes out. It's almost done. He's an Air Force veteran. He knows his tactical stuff. If you like any fiction, like post-apocalyptic fiction, it is phenomenal. He's the man. So try to check it out. Give it a shot. Anyway, so again, qualifiers coming up soon. Hey, we get a little bit of break this weekend. It's nice. Thanksgiving. Okay, we're gonna take the weekend off. Everyone's gonna be so tired, having all that turkey in them, the tryptophan, etc. So this weekend, not so much. But next weekend, okay, the Jiu-Jitsu Invitational in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Guys, I've been saying this for seasons. If you want to be part of the PGF, sneak in early. All right, I got it. I've talked to a lot of you guys, and they're like, okay, I'll see you in Vegas. Okay, so will everyone else, because it's easy. I got it. Oh, I'll see you maybe in Pasadena. This guy, I think this is December the 13th or 12th. Got it. So is the rest of SoCal. Enjoy. I'm telling you right now, Gatlinburg has 6 people actually signed up 100%. They have 6 unapproved registrations as well. And I'm telling you, the 6 guys that are signed up so far, don't hate me. I'm sure you could hurt me, all of you. I'm sure, but they're mostly purple and blue belts. There's one brown belt, but they're you look them up real quick on like Smooth Comp, etc. They're not killers. So I'm telling you, man, if you can make it to Gatlinburg in 2 weeks, you get a real shot. Of course, I'll give you a little DL, down low information, is that the Rock Troll, Maximus Jolly, will be there. He was signed up for this last one, had some medical issues, but the Rock Troll standout from PGF Season 4, which is 155. Pardon me. He came back for that 195 at PGF season 5. I had mixed results, but he was so much fun. So I will say this, if you're going to Gatlinburg, right now there's 6 people signed up, but a lot of people might be sneaking in, including one very dangerous rock troll who's come in so many times into qualifiers like Ronin and just been a buzzsaw ripping through people. So I'm still saying, if you want your best shot at making the PGF at a qualifier, something like this Gatlinburg qualifier it's a smarter move. You just gotta be ready for the rock troll to grip and rip on any appendage you have. But if you want to be a part of the PGF, you should be ready for that, right? So now, we've talked a little bit about last qualifier, the TV dinner, who I'm so excited about, seeing the reunification, if you will, between the little grapplers, Jet and Parker. Who knows? Maybe they'll both be on the same team. Maybe they won't. We talked a little bit about the next qualifier coming up, but talking about Jet Thompson and PGF veterans that we're going to see. Well, let's just break some news right now. Let's go to the little PowerPoint we got here. Okay, so yes, obviously, millions and millions spent in production of our PowerPoint here. But guess what? Black and white works, guys. So, all right. So we know about the 3 inaugural franchises. It started with Kevin Lucas of, leading the Las Vegas Kings, formerly the New Hope Regeneration Kings. Obviously, New Hope Regeneration is his company, who's provided stem cells for PGF, winners, I believe, since season 6. Kevin bought in fully. He is just a stalwart of the sport, of the PGF. He has real beliefs in the system. The word on the street is he's making this like truly professional. Not only last season, did he have a great team he put together and bring in people to teach all the competitors about finances, about marketing, about leadership and things like that. He really truly wants to make these guys better. I heard he's doubling down this year. I heard he's actually going to put them all up in an Airbnb himself, and provide them transportation as well. I heard he is like fully bought in. That's just the word on the streets. I'm not 100%. It's hearsay at best. I'm not going to make any rulings on that, but you can't. Kevin Lucas is the man. He has a vision for the PGF and for the Kings, and it's hard to not want to be on part of his team. And there you have down the bottom left, Ricky Lindell, just a master. He's there with Master Pedro Sauer, who are there in PGF season 7. The coaches of the winning New Hope Regeneration Kings. Ricky Lindell, he's the master behind the 1% better every day. He's trained Navy SEALs. Every time you talk to this gentleman, he inspires you. And so he's going to be the head coach for this season. And I'm sorry, Mantis, I didn't get you in there. Travis Thomas, multiple season PGF veteran, both, 5 and 7. He's the GM. It's an amazing team. And man, it's all right. So let's keep going on. And so here's what I have to tell you is that unlike any other season, the franchises can bring in 2 competitors into this season. And lo and behold, imagine that. The Las Vegas Kings with their number 1 draft pick last season paid a whole lot of money for Jet Thompson, our little grappler number 1. Again, obviously he was only 17. PGF season 6 runner-up, 1 PGF, season 8, as you can see there with Gene Click's blade there, which I told him as soon as I get to be a civilian and making that good money, I'm gonna start buying his stuff up like crazy because he's amazing. He's got the strap there, and then I'm sorry, Cam. I did this kind of quick, so I didn't get any of your like truly amazing drip photos. But Cam Hurd, the original stopper for a season. But here's the thing: Cam Hurd's hero's journey is phenomenal. He went from season 5 back in the Becoming or Epic Church, whatever the name was for that church back in the day, um, and yeah, got it. Virginia Tech wrestler. Okay, phenomenal. But back then he didn't his jujitsu was just wasn't quite there. He had all the wrestling, he had all those components, but man, Cam Hurd has leveled up so much. He just got to the semifinals of the ADCC East Coast trials. It's been an amazing few years just watching his journey. He is truly dangerous from every place now, from his guard, top, etc. He's got the subs to match the wrestling. He has the work ethic, and I'm telling you, this man, he doesn't get older. He just gets harder. And the Kings have a very nice bedrock of their team set up right there. So now, Lauren Barone, the first female franchise owner of the Philadelphia Phenoms, Area 215, coming at you. Man, just so excited. She came in last season. We got to watch some of the events, and then made the purchase and made the announcement, and so very, very excited to bring her into the family. Looking for really great things. And by the way, she's going to be our guest next Friday. So I'm not going to short the Phenoms, but we got some time to talk to her next Friday. So I want to hear from her directly. Really excited about them. But oh no! So Lauren decided to level up the team with a couple of familiar faces. So your general manager and still announcer for the PGF, but general manager for the Philadelphia Phenoms, one, Stephen Aiken. Stephen Aiken, obviously a PGF Season 2 veteran and announcer from that season on, has been a part of the PGF, intimately familiar with it, can speak to the competitors as a former competitor himself, but also has been around the whole system for so long. And then the most I don't know, I'm going to say outspoken, but the most stylish, if nothing else, gentleman there is, Chris Olivo, the most interesting man at the PGF, a guy who owned his own marketing company. He sold magic tricks to, actual corporations. I could go on and on. Chris Olivo had a breaking streak of about 7 matches in a row, I believe, last season. These gentlemen, they've been there, they've done that. They can speak from authority, and I think they're going to give a lot of great guidance to those Philadelphia Phenoms that land on that team. But going further into it, who's that? Derek Rodman Rayfield? All right, obviously just off of a second runner-up at the Combat Jiu-Jitsu, EBI 26, I believe it was. Also, second runner-up at, PGF Season 8. Here's the thing. He's a tall drink of water. He can definitely put on some pounds, and so he's going to have no problems like eating as much as he wants, lifting as much as he wants, getting as strong as he wants for the season. And he is dangerous from everywhere. Oh, you passed his guard. Well, you better be ready for a buggy choke because he's got one of the best in the world. But he's insane from everywhere. And I apologize for Andrew Kokol and the pick there. We've all been sharing the video of the landing of the spaceship in Vegas with him there, and I realized it was him, and so I had to screen grab that real quick. Kokol's a black belt, really respected. a number of championships in some regional competitions in the Northeast. Just a real game guy. And again, we'll talk about more about him with Lauren next week. Excited to see him. But that's the thing, is like jiu-jitsu before being professional was a thing where you pretty much had to kind of stay regional. I mean, to be fair, the PGF for a long time was regional in the Southeast. But now with our sponsors, our new owners, that it's becoming a real professional thing, and we can draw talent from everywhere. And so he might be just the type of guy that you have never seen before, but you'll be asking yourself, why have I not seen this amazing gentleman after you see one match? So really looking forward to it. All right, keep rolling on here. So we have, watch out. We have 4 of the Notorious 9. Twisters up, Alabama Twisters. Obviously, we just had the first PGF qualifier from a franchise last Saturday, and it was phenomenal. Some great gentlemen up there. Just keep your wives and girlfriends away from Leroy, the guy on the right there. Apparently, he can get them pregnant on sight. I'm just warning you. He comes with like a caution sticker. So I just have to tell you. So be careful. Obviously, Matt Elkins has been a part of the PGF for every season. If he wasn't a competitor, which he was for the vast majority of them, he was also a coach for them as well. Okay, pardon me. So the Twisters, amazing. It's a real type of Green Bay situation where the Notorious 9 are trying to crowdfund the thing for all of Alabama, and I'm telling you, the Twisters were amazing. They were so much fun last season. I'm excited. It's all. Oh wait, what am I doing? How can I be talking about the Twisters? I'm completely inappropriately attired. Okay, all right, now we're good. All right, so the Twisters, they're going to be amazing this season, I'm sure, and they're always going to, be Twisters up energy, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh no, but who do they sign? Only the most decorated PGF veteran ever, Elijah Carlton. He was once known as the bad guy, then the jabroni. I believe he might have a nice turn. He's done a real life baby face turn. I believe I'm not as good as with the wrestling stuff as Stephen Aiken is. But regardless, you're talking about a man that has more kills than anyone else in the PGF, more breaks than anyone else in the PGF. He has more Elbow Genie points than the Elbow Genie himself. No, we're not going to start calling Elijah Carlton points. I'm sorry. That's the Elbow Genie points. That's all there is to it. But Elijah Carlton, no man knows this game more or better than Elijah Carlton. And he is truly phenomenal. I'm so excited to see him. But then also from that 10th Planet Atlanta team, Kevin Buring. So Kevin Buring, here's a little history, folks. Go back to PGF season 3. Season 3. Back in the gym, back when we were that's the last season we were at 10th Planet Decatur Gym. Kevin Buring scared the bejesus out of highly competitive black belts. I'm not naming names, but some of them might have been running their whole matches away from him with their hands behind their backs, trying to go the edges, because this baby blue belt was such a killer, and he's still a killer, but he's worse because he's that much more experienced now. So Kevin Buring, always excited to see his dad there too. But he's just, this is what he does. This has been his life, his goal, 100% what he's behind for years, and it keeps showing. He just had a great showing at the latest EBI as well. Kevin Buring is somebody to watch out for. Here's the thing, in tournaments like EBI or CJJ, people can run from Kevin Buring. In the PGF, you can't. We have stalling calls. If somebody tries to stay on the outside, just to stay away from any entanglements with his legs, well, then he's just going to get to take your back. So I think Kevin Beering is going to do phenomenally well. I mean, obviously, made the playoffs in PGF Season 6. Both these gentlemen did. Elijah took out Hanato Kanuto in those playoffs. The Twisters got some serious vets here that know what's going on. But I'm sorry, I got to do the 6-7 because my daughter loves the 6-7. Apparently it's a thing. It might be the word of the year, allegedly. I don't know how 6-7 is a word to be word of the year, but it's a thing. So here's the real deal, guys. That fourth franchise is up for grabs. And as much as I'd love to say Wolverines, Colorado Wolverines, just give me time. Just give me time. We'll get a franchise, And as Stephen Aiken would like to have his Kentucky Hollers, he'd like you to holler at him. Realistically, neither is in the place to get this franchise. But I keep hearing rumblings, bumblings, stumblings from different ownership groups that want to do this thing. And it might just happen. But at the same time, here's the other thing. Like, sometimes people talk about FOMO, the fear of missing out. I know I'm going to miss out, and I fear it, and it hurts me. But if you have a chance to be one of those teams, to snag that last franchise, man, you're going to be in such a great position. That is to be one of the inaugural 4. Yeah. Sorry, just checked out. My son is learning how to be a production manager for this podcast, and when he saw Elijah, he said, "That's my guy. He's going to win it all." So my son has been my eldest has been a wild Elijah Carlton fan for multiple seasons, many seasons. So CJ, when you keep popping that up, okay, he's yelling out jabroni. Okay, got it. Okay, CJ, enough. Pardon me. I get it back to go the yellow hat. It was funny. Also in PGF season 5, the ex-Marshall guys actually came and visited with their little tour bus thing, and they didn't realize who I was because they didn't have my yellow hat. I've been trying to get away from the yellow hat, but gotta give love to my son CJ. Almost said the last name. To my son CJ, who played football for St. Olaf and just finished up his senior year. So, hey man, you made it all 4 years. That's more than most can ever say. So I love you. All right. So we've talked about the last qualifier. We've talked about the qualifier coming up, and we've talked about the teams. So as I said, every franchise can bring in 2. Yes, and I appreciate it. Up top, that way. Hey, look, up top to your stage, right, left. I've never been good at this. Up there, that qualifier code, that gets you to my website, eggheadwarrior.com, for my blog. Here, you got the pgf.world website as well. That gives you more information. Sorry, I've gone a little bit long, but I want to give you guys some extra intel here. But the thing is, all right, I already said the franchise is all going to bring in 2 competitors, but that still means February 4th, the draft will be on. It will be exciting as can be. We have no other qualifiers left. And then, you're going to find out 5 more people that are going to be definitely in the draft, but there's going to be a bunch more. We will give you all the details we can. But I got to get out of here because I try to keep it as close to 30 minutes or less as I can. All right. So I've said it before. I'll say it again. We can't all have 20-pound brains, but I'm going to help you make up for that. And I'll see you next week.